Good morning students, and welcome to the lecture video of English literature, and today particularly I have come up with a new chapter by the name The Duck and the Kangaroo. So here we are going to learn about a poem by the name The Duck and the Kangaroo. Okay, so let us have a look what is the poem all about. So here first let us see the brief introduction. Two friends, the duck and the kangaroo, are about to set out on a long pleasure trip. The kangaroo, though happy to carry the duck all the way on the tip of his tail, is wary of her wet feet. What will the duck do to make the kangaroo feel comfortable over land and sea? Let us find out how they go about it. Okay, so here this is a poem about the duck and the kangaroo. I think you must have seen the duck in your life, and you must have seen kangaroo on a television. Okay, so kangaroo is the national animal of Australia, and duck is a water animal. It lives both on water and on land. Fine. So now let us have a look about the poem. Okay. Let's begin. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. Okay, so here the duck tries to tell its life to the kangaroo, and the duck is even appreciating kangaroo by saying that it is very gracious that how you hop. The way you hop is means going from one place to another, which is in the form of jumping. Okay, that is called hop. So the duck says that the way you hop is really very gracious. You hop over the fields and the water also. You hop as if you are never going to stop, as if you will never stop. But my life is a bore. Okay, the duck says that my life has become very boring. Why? Because I have to live only in this nasty pond. Nasty means not nice, okay, means dirty pond. So my life has become a bore, and I long to go out in the world beyond. And he said that I wish that I could go and explore the world. I wish I could hop like you. And the duck even said that I like the way you hop, and I wish I could also hop like you so that I can go and roam about the world. Who said all these things? Said the duck to the kangaroo. Clear? Now let us come to the second stanza. So in the second stanza, the kangaroo replies back to the duck. Now let us see what did he reply. Okay. "Please give me a ride on your back," said the duck to the kangaroo. Okay. So now it is the turn of the kangaroo to reply. Okay. So before replying, there must be some question. So the duck has asked a question to kangaroo. What did she say? She said to give her a ride on the back of the kangaroo. Who said this? Said the duck to the kangaroo. And what did she say? She said that I would sit quiet still and say nothing but quack. She said that give me a ride on your back, I would just sit quiet still, means I would not move, I would not disturb you. I would just sit very quietly and silently, and I would not utter any other word other than quack. That means I would speak only quack. Okay. Okay. She said that I would say quack and only quack the whole of the day long through. The whole day, if I have to utter any word, I would utter the only word quack. And then she said, and we'd go to the D and the jelly bolly. Okay, now this D and jelly bolly, these are the imaginary place. Okay, these are the imaginary places written in the poem by Edward Lear. Clear? Okay. The duck says that we would go to the D and the jelly bolly. Over the land and over the sea. We would go over the land and we would also go over the sea. Please take me on a ride, oh do, said the duck to the kangaroo. So, the duck requested to take her for a ride to the outside world. Fine. Now, what did the kangaroo say? Said the kangaroo to the duck, this requires a little reflection. I'm sorry. Yes. Said the duck to the kangaroo, said the kangaroo to the duck, this requires a little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. Okay, and the kangaroo said that I need some kind of luck. Here actually the kangaroo tried to tell that yes, if I get your company, then maybe I would be lucky enough to find some other world to discover. Okay, so he said that this required a little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. And there seems but one objection. Okay, so the kangaroo said that I have no other complaint other than one. I have only and only one objection. And what is that? Which is, if you let me speak so bold, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. Okay, so the kangaroo said that if you let me speak very boldly, if you let me speak out my hurt, then I would tell you that I don't like the unpleasantly wetness and coldness of your feet. That means your feet are extremely wet and cold. Why they are wet and cold? Because ducks are always seen in the water. They are always found in the water. That is why their feet are always wet and cold. So here the same thing the kangaroo tries to tell, that I had no objection in taking you for a ride, but the only thing is that your feet are extremely wet and cold. Okay, and would probably give me the raw matties, said the kangaroo. Okay, let me clear this and tell you once again. Let me explain you. Okay, now see here these lines. And would probably give me raw matties. Okay, these two words, raw matties. These are not two words. This is actually one word which has been splitted into two words. Okay, in order to form a rhyming words. Okay, here raw and matties. It is actually the word rheumatism. Okay, rheumatism is a pain, is a joint pain. Okay, which ones get when their body is cold enough. Fine, it is a form of rheumatism arthritis. Okay, it is an arthritis by the name rheumatism. So here it is mentioned raw and matties. Fine. Okay, so the kangaroo said that your wet and cold feet would probably give me rheumatiz. Who said? Said the kangaroo. Clear? Okay. So now the kangaroo has put his experience, that means what he feel about duck. He said that I have no objection in taking you for a ride, but your feet are really cold, and that would give me rheumatism. Okay, that would give me rheumatism disease. Fine. So now the duck would have to find out some other way to go on a ride. Okay. So what did she decide, or what did she do? Let us see now. Said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely, and I bought 4 pair of rusted socks, which fit my web feet neatly. Okay, the duck said that, yes, I have thought over your words that my feet might give you rheumatism. So, in order to help you from not attacked by rheumatism, I have decided to buy 4 pairs of rusted socks. Rusted sock means woolen socks. Okay, and those woolen socks fit her webbed feet neatly. Webbed feet. Webbed feet means, oh sorry. Yes, webbed feet. Webbed feet are the feet of ducks. They have got a web type of feet. That means, let me just draw and show. Okay, like this. It is like this. Their feet. Okay. This part, joint part. Okay, this type of feet is found only on the body of duck, and these feet are called webbed feet. Fine. Okay. So the duck says that I have got a webbed feet, and these rusted socks, these woolen socks, would fit my webbed feet very neatly. And to keep out the cold, I have bought a cloak. Cloak is a long piece of cloth. It is just like shawl, you can say. Okay, just like a shawl to cover her body. So she said that to keep out the cold, I have bought a cloak, and every day a cigar I'll smoke. That means, and if I feel cold, every day I would smoke in order to keep myself warm. Okay, all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. So she said that, but I would do anything to follow my kangaroo wherever he goes. Clear? That means the duck tries to tell that he has completely thought of a plan for going to the world without giving any pains to kangaroo. Clear? Okay. Now what did the kangaroo say? Okay. Said the kangaroo, I am ready. Then the kangaroo said that, yes, okay, I am ready to take you for a ride. I am ready to take you for the ride. All in the moonlight pale. That means they said that they would start in the moonlight, under the shade of the moon. So, what did he advise? What did the kangaroo advise? The kangaroo advised, but to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady. That means sit very properly and balance yourself well, because I am giving you the part of my tail. Okay, means that the ending part of my tail. That means I would let you sit at the ending part of my tail. Fine. The kangaroo said that you have to balance yourself very well and you have to sit very steadily and quite at the end of my tail. Fine. So, the duck agreed to sit at the end of the kangaroo's tail. So, away they went with a hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times round. Okay. So, after this they went away for a ride, and where did they go? They go and roam the whole world 3 times round. That means they give 3 rounds the whole world. Okay. And who so happy, oh who, as the duck and the kangaroo. So the poet tries to ask to everyone that who could be so happy, or who, as the duck and the kangaroo. So the poet tried to tell that there is no one else happier than the duck and the kangaroo. Fine? So here ends the poem. So here the poet tries to tell that the two friends let them be of totally different behavior and attitude, yet they could be friends if they try to cooperate with one another and understand each other's problems and difficulties. Okay. Like suppose I would give you in my own words, I would like to put some examples, like we can say some people are introvert whereas others are extrovert. Okay. So introverts are the person who are always shy, who are always timid, whereas extroverts are those people who are very free and frank and who are never scared, who are very open minded. They don't bother about the world. So these are the two different type of people. So definitely their behavior, their views and opinions would be completely different from one another. So having a different behavior and different attitude doesn't mean that they cannot become friends to each other. They could become friends to each other. How could they become? Only if they try to cooperate and understand each other well. If both of them try to claim themselves right or claim themselves superior, that I am best and you are the worst, then nobody is going to befriend anyone. But if they try to understand and cooperate with one another, then both of them could enjoy each other's company. Okay. So similarly, the duck and the kangaroo, they were friends, but they were having completely different lifestyle, different attitude and different behavior. One is land animal, whereas the other one is the water animal. So they wanted to go out for a ride. So how was that possible? When the kangaroo was getting a panic of rheumatism, it was because the duck tried to understand the difficulties of the kangaroos and tried to find out the middle way or the solution, you can say. She tried to find out the solution so that even the duck could go and roam the whole world and even the kangaroo would not feel any pain. So what was the solution? The solution was to keep her own body warm by wearing socks, by taking a cloak and by smoking a cigar. Cigar means cigarette. Okay. So in this way the duck could keep herself warm and the kangaroo did not get any pains of rheumatism. Clear? And both of them, they enjoyed the company of each other even better than anyone else in the world. Clear to everyone? I hope you have understood the poem and you have really loved it. Okay, thank you for watching.